Yeah, I'm back. What, you think I wouldn't come back? What's up? Shit, if it lets me in this game, I'm all right. How are you? Oh, that's dope. Of course, I can do without the nipples showing. Hopefully leaving soon. Why is that? Because there's nothing to do? Well, I guess we'll see then, huh? I guess we will see. I cannot fucking believe it. They put us back in this. Feels like it's been an eternity since I've seen this map. I've missed this map.
Team deathmatch.
We are getting our asses kicked right now. Damn, I gotta remember what this map even looks like. Oh, there's somebody. Oh, there was somebody in there. So, because I need to create YouTube content, and for some reason this piques my interest more than it ever has. Whoa, that guy is like mad looking for me. There he is. Poke your fucking head back out. Come on.
Enemy at the hotel.
Nobody, huh?
I'll come along.
Oh, oh. Holy shit.
Taking shots.
Oh, you better not poke your head back out here.
Enemy!
Cruise missile away.
Enemy at the hotel.
Bugs.
Nasty. That guy still chilling there? I was saying something beforehand. I totally forgot what I was saying. Oh, that's what I was saying. I need to create content for YouTube, so I'm on here for a little bit. Just for a little bit.
Cluster strike incoming. Take cover.
Smart move. He's not there anymore.
Friendly UAV overhead.
Ooh, there's something below me though. I need to create content for YouTube. Oh, there's somebody in there too. Oh shit. I need to see where that came from. You guys back at that damn window? Seriously?
Enemy VTOL in the AO.
Enemy at the water tower.
I'm gonna dive a little bit into this quantum shit. Just a little bit. Oh, there was a guy in there.
Enemy at the barbershop.
Gosh damn. That's a terrible
We're
loss.
RTB. Move out.
Glad that they prevented that from happening from him from taking from my stats, so I'm very grateful for that. That was alright. 2 and 4, that's terrible. And 2 of those is because of that guy in the window. Great to see that map. That was one of the maps I missed. I missed that map. Wait, what are we in? Gun game and broadcast figures. Kind of over broadcast at this point.
Gun game. Get kills with each weapon.
Damn. Nice sneak, bud.
Welcome to my nightmare.
I'm gonna get used to that eventually. There's a dude that was just out here. Where did everybody go? Oh, nice. Nice shot. Shit, nice. Fuck me. Yeah, I'll take that death. I don't want to risk it. Yeah, he did. He got me real good. He got me smooth as eggs. Fuck. Damn it. Damn it. There's a guy right there. Wait, that didn't kill him? That's fucking crazy. Even that one didn't kill him, huh? That's nuts. This rocket launcher, for real? Goodness gracious, seriously.
Hostiles on the last weapon. Step it up.
You bitch.
Hostiles on the last weapon. Step it up. Hostiles on the last weapon. Step it up.
Gosh, damn.
Hostiles on the last weapon. Step it up.
Yeah, it was like 4 people on the
That's it.
last
We've lost
weapon.
the objective. I expect better.
Yeah, somewhat. I was in a positive KD, so it's all right. I can't believe I let that dude get away with that, though. Like, I could have swore I pulled that trigger long before he stabbed me and got that, gave me that gun demotion. It's all right, though. these are all store weapons. Why do I want store weapons? Ew. Oh, I miss Team Deathmatch at the Piccadilly. I'm so sick of this damn. I'm about to take the gun game out and just roll with. I'm gonna take gun game out and just roll with Team Deathmatch. Nothing but Team Deathmatch.
Gun game. Get kills with each weapon to
Oh,
win.
I know how that shit works. Damn, the one real panda is fucking us up right now. Oh, I hit him for everything, and that still didn't do shit to him. Fuck, oh! How did I miscalculate that? Nice. That dude's already about to fuck everybody's world up. Damn, I had to aim down my sights way too slow on that one. Oh shit! Oh man, funny, 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 funny.
Get it together. We're not finished yet.
Nasty.
Hostiles on the last weapon. Step it up.
Damn, that dude like ripped through
The day is
everybody.
done.
That's
You're not.
nuts.
On your feet, soldier.
Like I was only half as good as these guys were. Like they just ripped through it. GG's. Oh, is this team deathmatch?
Team deathmatch. Here they come. Attack! The lead is ours. Keep pushing.
Damn, nice shot.
Soldat, you have lost the lead.
Shit, I don't know why I thought that was my own team. Come the fuck on. How is that possible?
Allied cluster strike incoming. Command is ours. Maintain pressure.
Have I even gotten a kill? I think I got like one kill.
Taking fire.
Friendly VTOL on station on Overwatch.
Reloading. Payback's a bitch, huh? Got a kill. I'm hit.
I could have got the dubs on that one.
Planting charge.
Allied chopper cover arriving now.
I smacked it.
Care package down.
Taking fire.
We're halfway there. Keep going. Allied overhead.
Reload. Drop that ass.
Damn. Comeback kid, man.
Enemy at the center. Follow.
Wow, seriously?
Enemy at the container.
Reloading. Beat him. Incoming fire.
Enemy cluster strike. Take cover.
Yeah.
Nice.
Enemy at the center.
hardcore.
They'll return home bloody and empty-handed. Good work.
GG's, man. Yeah, 14 and 10. All right, we're starting to raise. All right, I guess while we're waiting, let's look this shit up, man, because ugh. So for anybody that doesn't, hold the phone, hold the fucking phone. If anybody doesn't understand what's happening right now, apparently Actman is back after a very long line of drama the last few months. It wasn't, I don't even know if it was really drama, to be honest. After a while, like, it just looked like a pointless back and forth. But to give more context, Quantum TV, for the better lack of words, made a very bad mistake, which a young YouTuber corrected him, insulted him. I'm going to call a spade a spade. He did insult him, but I mean, he was a 16-year-old kid. To which garnered a response from Quantum TV, who virtually insulted the Souls community, this kid, and yeah, we went into a line of doxing, which Quantum TV ended up calling Actman's mom after Actman made insults, calling people to Quantum TV, which Quantum TV ended up telling people to commit self-harm. Whether it be a joke or not, you know, people will take that in a certain manner. So, time goes on. Quantum TV claims he tries to get a hold of the Actman, couldn't get a hold of the Actman, so for the better lack of terms, decides to dox the Actman's mom, to which garnered a response from Actman and threats that, I mean, it shouldn't happen. It shouldn't have happened, but at the end of the day, what would you expect if somebody that had nothing to do with anything got put in the middle of something that they probably have no idea is even going on, especially if it's a family member, right? So in turn, what ends up happening is that the Actman makes another video. After Quantum TV makes a video, basically recording the call that he made to Actman's mom, and so on and so forth, just to give you all a little bit of a catch up if you have not been paying attention to it. Really, the shit got out of hand right after Actman began to proceed to make one more video after doing studies of YouTube's TOS, made threats to dox people's employees of YouTube, and then for the sake of better terminology, he basically just lost his he temporarily lost his monetization for his channel. Now, this is after saying in his videos that he was going to be the one to take Quantum TV down. He was going to get rid of him. There was a whole mess of people as well that was on the side against Quantum TV. One being Rich from Review Tech. I believe until recently, Griffin Gaming was against him because of what Quantum TV was doing. And Griffin actually released a video very recently. I think it was like a couple of weeks ago or so. I have to look at it again. Basically, looking at it from a rational point of view. And yeah, here we are now. So Actman is back, and apparently Quantum TV was getting hate comments or some shit, according to him. So I'm just looking at videos of what other people think about it, as well as kind of giving my own thoughts on this.
I'm glad that you got your monetization back. It's absolutely fantastic.
Got enemy inbound. Lock and load.
Why don't you just go ahead and dive into this video about Quantum TV?
In a typical fashion, here I am, minding my own business, making my videos for me and my community. Then I get a wave of random dislikes out the ass for no reason, and then a bunch of hateful comments again. And I'm like, what in the actual fuck could have right?
Yeah, Quantum, I wonder what it could be. You know, you haven't been busy copywriting people, like, you know, hypocrites.
Setting a mine.
That, you know, I want it. And, you know, people are probably...
Setting a mine.
All right. Back. You know, that typical thing. You know how trolls come to your channel and mess with you? No, I don't think it's anything like that.
Because I'm not doing anything to anybody. I'm making my videos, right? So I go and I literally read some of what you guys are saying, and it's literally Actman got his monetization back just to let you know Actman is back. Like a bunch of shit like that. Are you motherfuckers stupid?
No, Quantum, the only dumb motherfuckers hating these trolls, and that's why they keep coming back, because they love the attention you give, and you don't want to listen to anybody else to what they say. You just want to do what Quantum does. So Quantum's gonna...
Okay, to be fair, there's not really a lot of constructive criticism from anybody outside of the drama. I would argue that there might be some constructive criticism behind the people involved, but anybody else outside, like, you're just saying shit just to say it at this point.
The Actman in his...
And whether or not you're right about that, like, the fact of the matter is like, the whole thing with Quantum, yeah, he's probably a what do you call it? He's probably a bigot. He's probably egotistical, probably very, very narcissistic. But at the end of the day, when you start to talk about people like this, it is very easy for them to shape the situation into whatever it is they want it to be. And so, like, when you come up with arguments, you have to basically learn how to come up with better arguments to counteract everything that has occurred before everything that occurred with Actman. Which, like, the Actman, I would argue, did just that. Like, he was formulating, he was bringing out evidence. He brought out a decent argument as to why Quantum TV shouldn't even be on. But anytime I personally hear that somebody wants to get rid of somebody, I'm always just like, I'm very, 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 what's the word I'm looking for? I'm very jaded on that. Because this is the exact reason why I stay away from politics, because we try to get people out of political office, like Trump, for instance, and shit like that. Like anytime people want somebody out bad enough, it's very difficult to do that because emotions get involved. And I think he did everything. I think Quantum TV did everything in his power, the way he wanted to do. I think even now he's trying to spark a reaction of some sort. It's not just he's baiting people. I think he's genuinely looking for a response from the Actman. And I think that the Actman now, being in the position that he's in, realizing that he didn't have as much power as he had, I don't think he's going to react. I argue that Rich from Review Tech might, but I mean, that's a whole new argument.
His own fucking, lack of, I guess, transparency with you guys failed to mention the fact that A, he knew why he got demonetized. It was his own fault. Had nothing to do with Quantum TV. He lied on the third time. It got exposed. And you motherfuckers planned to hashtag for Actman for a fucker that didn't
himself. It just makes it too easy to make.
Friendly UAV overhead.
The only reason why he didn't come right is he wanted another
X-ray
support. Just to cover your bases, it's that type of thing you do with YouTube. Because I'm pretty sure that Actman did not want to burn any more bridges.
Be advised, friendly
Also,
precision
we're trying to play
airstrike
the
inbound.
Enemy in center.
From the partnership program because enough, okay? YouTube is kind of like an old age person that doesn't understand a joke when it's right there. We're gonna take it.
Okay? And it wasn't even a permaban, which I said from day fucking one of the shit. It's just a fucking suspension. And he could have reapplied on July 8th. Go watch every single talk about Actman's channel. His whole YouTube career is over. And they started Quantum TV and all this dumb shit. In every single one of those videos showing that email or that takedown of his monetization, you'll see it says he can reapply on July 8th. And what happened shortly after he got his shit back? I mean, how are you not fucking catching up on that? It was never an indefinite ban. It was never taken away. And it never had anything to do with me.
Like I said, Quantum.
Contact.
Actman's actions, what he did there, are his own. You are right about that. On June 8th. But if memory serves me right,
We're
you've got
losing this
people
fight.
about
Get
the
your heads
size
in the
of
game.
an air balloon. And,
Dude, you gotta come with a better argument than that. Like, yeah, he has an ego, but you gotta come at him with something that, if you are really that much against him, like, come out with something more than just his personality. Bring out traits of his personality that makes him that way. Like, it's easy to say, what somebody is, but what is he doing? And that's part of what Actman was doing in this whole argument, trying to get him taken out. Holy crap! Oh, the last one out. That was part of what he was doing, was providing evidence. In this case, like, if you don't have any evidence, and as to what you're saying at this point, you just look like a Stan just talking at this point.
you gloated about this. You were so happy that he got demonetized and everything. Don't play victim, bro.
Why didn't you put a video of that in there? Like, that would have made more sense to do. Like, why don't you show the evidence? Like, I know it doesn't work. I don't know. YouTube is its own monster. Like, YouTube does what it wants. Like, nobody really has, like, as much leverage as they think that they have. But you gotta come harder than this, man. Like, if you're gonna look at this, What is this? Is this evidence of, what is this, tweets? Or no, this is actual comments. This is comments. Is this under, this looks like, oh, so these are the comments that was left after Actman got his stuff. Okay, I get it. I get it.
Here come all you little fucks coming onto my shit, talking your shit, running your mouths, doing what you do best.
Oh, and when you make arguments like that, sometimes you make the other person look like the victim. Like,
Get kills with each weapon
there's
to
something I
win.
want everybody to kind of consider, right? Because I've been looking at this, and I've been looking at the whole terrain of the society that we live in right now, and I'm wondering, is it even worth being the victim anymore? Because at some point in time, eventually the victims turn into the antagonists somehow. So I don't know, like, that's just a question that I think we need to actually just ask ourselves whenever we're talking about somebody who may or may not be the victim. Like, I would argue that Actman was a victim up until after the point, after his mom got called, how he handled things after that situation. But like, this is kind of what I mean by, like, narcissists can turn any situation into what they want it to be, because after Actman handled everything that he handled, or how Actman handled everything that he handled it, the way that he handled it was just, it just made Quantum TV look good. Even though Quantum TV had made like several videos on this, and like I can pull those up here if I have the time to do so. Like, but even then, like, that pales in comparison to going to Twitter and making tweets to prove a point. Like, yeah, you proved that point, but it wasn't worth it at the end of the day because you didn't really get what you wanted.
And it proves something, okay? That Actman, his friends, his community of gamers, loser gamers, okay? And yeah, I said losers because that's all you are.
Okay, so that doesn't really prove anything. Like, Actman has like 1 million followers. Like, he can't control all 1 million followers. That's impossible for any of you. Like, the last time I checked, what, Quantum TV had like, what, 60 something thousand follows? Like, it's impossible for you to control everything that your community does. Like, you can't just paint this narrative that everybody's community is like 100% perfect. Like, that's what mods are for. Like, you have mods to go in and take care of things that need to be taken care of. Like, it's our responsibility to tell people, like, hey, don't go doxing anybody or go harassing anybody and shit like that. But there's only a few, out of everybody, there might be a few people that don't listen, and you can't control what they do. All you can do is just block them. So if he doesn't know about it, then how can he control that? And that's up to you, rather than making a video about it, to hit him up like, hey, even though, like, at this point, like, I'm pretty sure you all are way past talking. But it would, like, if you all were on good terms, on speaking terms of some sort, it would have been up to you to say, hey, look, I'm getting comments from your people right now. Could you help me out with controlling that, please? And it would have been as simple as that. Like, all of this could have been avoided, I think, if communication would have been better on both ends. But that's just me talking.
Okay, I'm sitting here with nothing better to do than to harass him. It's not my revenue. I don't give a fuck if he has it or if he doesn't. He could make $8.5 billion tomorrow, and it changes my life no more than it changes yours.
Oh, that's another point too. Like, he has absolutely not learned shit from this. Like, he has not learned a damn thing. Like, you can't just call people out of their fucking names that you don't fucking know. Dude. Come on now. Like, there's got to be a point on both sides where we start to realize that not everybody is going to handle things the same way that you do. So just because you don't mind it doesn't mean that the other people would. So at the end of the day, like, this whole thing is like, this is turning into like, who's really the bad guy here?
Hey, you know what? This sounds like something I've heard before. Kind of the same pattern. You know, it's kind of like he's Quantum, if he made that much money and stuff, you would be jelly as hell. Well, you would be really upset, and you would try to farm this man as much as you could.
You mean just like what we're doing? And I'm sure you're about to say that. I'm pretty sure. Let me let him finish.
This video wasn't necessary to make, dude. But
Took a
you
beating
had to
today.
make it
Not gonna take it long.
Oh, he's not talking about his video. Okay. And what I'm doing right now, we are farming the fuck out of this shit. Like, we are straight doing it. Let's call a spade a spade. If we're gonna do that for him, we gotta do that for everybody in this particular case. Especially for people like us. Like, we are like really small creators. So like, we're sitting here milking the we're sitting here technically milking the situation.
You see his name. Oh yeah.
And I would argue that these two videos right here, mine and yours, are like not worth making. But we're doing it.
People are harassing me and stuff, you know. Oh man, those comments that you get are very tame compared to the stuff that I've gotten from your fans and all that type of stuff. You know, it's just that little thing I just wanted to wedge in. You know, it's that type of thing.
Okay, I don't give a fuck that he got monetized no more than I did when he got his shit taken away. But what I do care about is this
You care, my dude. You care enough to make a video on it. Just call a spade a spade. You do care. Maybe not. Let me walk that back. Maybe you don't care about him getting his monetization back, but you definitely give a fuck about them comments, bruv.
misconception being spread around like it's somehow my fault that he got his shit taken away and like YouTube sided with me. They don't side with anybody, dude. Like, they just do what they think they can do with their policies, you know, whatever seems right for them, okay?
Oh, I know what Quantum's talking about now, definitely. Okay, hey, Quantum, you know those videos that were being made about how YouTube sided with you and stuff? Yeah, we're talking about the emails that he got from his YouTube contacts.
Get kills with each weapon to
That's
win.
what we're talking about. Not that, you know, he got removed from the call. Jeez, dude, please try to keep up with this.
How stupid you are. Because let me tell you this. This fucking loser Actman wants to jump up and down talking about a dragon never yields and, oh, I'm gonna get Quantum terminated and all this flexing of might that he didn't
Oh
have.
my god, this shit was fucking hilarious, by the way. That shit was hilarious, dude. Like, he sounded like a really, I'm gonna say this for Actman, because like Actman really did sound like there was so many ways you could have went about this without being as dramatic as you were. Like, it just looked like his last video on the whole fucking thing just looked like a really bad anime. Like, Frieza is whooping Goku's ass or something, and then like everybody on the other side is just like, oh, you can do it, Goku, you can do it. Like, he had like all these compilations of all these creators that were against Quantum TV. That shit was fucking hilarious. I think that made him look the most ridiculous towards the end of this.
Failed, runs and bites YouTube's hand and then they fight on the floor.
By the way, when you did that, you also made him look, you made Quantum TV look so much better too. Because while Quantum TV is being very dramatic about this shit, like, it was nowhere near your level, let me tell you.
And then now he knows to shut up and now he knows his place, right? He knows not to start that shit with YouTube again, right?
You know, Quantum, there's one thing that you still have to do, why a lot of people just do not like you. See, with Actman, he learned his lesson. He learned that he was out of turn, he could not do the things that he wanted.
Yeah, because YouTube puts everybody in their fucking place. This is a question that we also need to ask. When we think we have leverage as like at the size of creators, certain creators have like leverage of some sort. Like, do we ever consider what YouTube is actually thinking on the other end of that? Like for instance, like this whole situation, that shifted away from Quantum, unfortunately. Like, when you go as far as to challenge those who platform you, like, you're fighting against City Hall at that point. Like, it is very difficult to get past that. Like, how do you go against the people that make the regulations and then think that everything is going to actually work in your favor depending on how you do it? Now, I don't know how those calls went. Like, I don't know what happened in the emails, like besides what he said. But I can almost guarantee you that we're at a point in time now where most companies are probably tired of people kicking and screaming at every little thing that happens. And while I agree that like Quantum should have faced some sort of fucking punishment, like you just went about it like there was no patience. It was like an emotional drive for him at that point.
He was doing and stuff, and YouTube just did not.
He did move on because I think what video did he make? He made an Activision video. I think he made an Activision video when he came back. So he hasn't really said anything about Quantum TV. Quantum TV is the only one talking about this shit right now. So I mean, this could easily shift everything back to where Quantum lives. It's not enough to be sensible. It really is not enough to be sensible anymore. Like it just because. If I'm YouTube, right? Like that would have been the first thing. Like I would have looked at how many channels got struck in the first place. And this isn't the first time we've heard of shit like this. We've heard of it from other content creators too. Like I'm not going to name their names because I don't feel like dealing with them. But at the end of the day, like it's happened before. Like this is the fight that everybody needed to take at that moment. And well, nobody wanted to actually take that. Nobody actually took that fight to where they needed to take it to so that you could do what you needed to do against the person that you were looking to get at. Holy crap, did I just rewind that all the way the fuck back? How far are we?
Actman is community of gamers, loser gamers.
We got past that. You still have not learned your fucking lesson there.
Not that got removed from the corner, but geez, dude, please try to keep up with.
All right,
this.
we'll just
How
go back
stupid
here.
you are. Because let me tell you this fucking loser Actman wants to jump up and down talking about dragon never yields and I'm gonna get Quantum terminated and all this flexing of might that he didn't have. Then when that failed, runs and bites YouTube's hand and then they slap him to the floor and then now he knows to shut up and now he knows his place, right? He knows not to start that shit with YouTube again, right?
You know, Quantum, there's one thing that you still have not learned and why a lot of people just do not like you. See, with Actman, he learned his lesson. He learned that he was out of turn, he could not do the things that he was doing and stuff, and YouTube just did not agree with him. And you know what? He learned and he moved on. You, on the other hand, you on the other hand, keep copyright striking channels saying that you are the ultimate law here and that you are above everybody else. When YouTube swings at you and makes its indent on you, don't cry. Don't cry, Quantum, because it's gonna sting.
Now, magically, it's not about a dragon never yields and all this other shit he was talking about when he started trying to get me canceled. Because the truth is, it was never about that shit. He was just upset and doing shit to retaliate for the sake of retaliation. You all know that. That's 90% of you watching this video right now. You're just running your mouths, talking your shit because you can. And you still can talk your shit, and you still will. But the point is, it's like, nobody fucking cares, man. Like, who gives a shit the punk bitch got his monetization back? Nobody cares. It does not affect me.
Quantum.
Yeah, you sound salty as fuck, my dude. Like that doesn't sound like the person that doesn't give a fuck that he got his monetization back. Again, I could be wrong. I could very, very fucking well be wrong about that, but that does not sound like the voice of somebody who does not care about that dude. Like, honestly, I would argue that you didn't even have to say anything if you didn't care about it. This should have been a conversation for you to have with the Actman. Even though, like I said, y'all are far past talking now. Like, I'm sure he doesn't want to have shit to do with you, but at the end of the day, like, man, even if he did help you with that, with the stopping of the harassment, like, honestly, I kind of argue you had that coming. I would argue that.
Let me tell you something, buddy. For the patterns that I have learned about you and just ungodly information I've dug up from you. You care enough that you actually made a video about this, okay? That's what you do. Enough. Just
Where is this ungodly amount of information in the video? Because I would love to see it. Like, that's the only thing that's one of the problems I'm having with this video right now, is that he's talking how much he's gathered information on quantum TV. It's like, why do any of us give a fuck about any of this shit anymore? Let's be real. Like this is over and done with at this point. Like, again, we're just milking this fucking shit to the fucking death of us right now, just trying to get some fucking content out of it. And let me tell you, it provides a lot of content, but we can't sit here and criticize somebody for not caring, and then we're sitting here making content on it. So I did say that, so mark that in this, that I did say that a little bit ago, not 2 minutes ago did I say that. I'm holding myself accountable for that, all right? So my bad.
That's the crazy part with you, bro. Enough.
Still wanna run shit, right? Now, my advice to everybody who is still holding on to this for what it is to see it for what it is. You're talking about somebody who put their foot in their mouth, who has so many racist takes in their past, sitting here trying to get somebody canceled, and you want to sit here and you want to have your take. Either you care about this shit that you claim you care about, or you come at it every which way from Sunday. Y'all can believe it at this point. Everybody in this fucking video has their mind made up as to whether they think that person.
When I get this video, people are gonna see who you are. Okay? Your little hive mind that you have on the Discord channel.
Why does this dude sound like a fucking terrible clone of fucking Actman, dude? Like, we don't have the pull to do that kind of shit, dude. Like, they've done it on their own. Like, well, what more can you do? Like, what more can I do? Like, there's nothing. Like, quantum TV is right. People are gonna see this out the sleep. Like, it is what it is at the end of the day. It's just, man, like the way that some people talk, the way that some of us talk, where it's just like we're like the 70s Avengers, and it's just like we're trying to assemble all these fucking people to gather against one man who's going to end up shooting himself in his own foot. Like, who cares, dude, what you are trying to do at this point? Like, fucking get over your fucking selves, like, seriously.
They can believe whatever. I don't care. Your ass is mine. And then once I get this
Dude, I've never seen so much cringe-worthy shit. Like, no, I'm not gonna get to lie. This is cringe-worthy, though. This is very cringe-worthy. Oh my god, that's gross. Your ass is mine. Like, do you even know this dude personally? Like, he's talking as if like he's met him, and this guy like straight like did something to him. Like, did this guy get his video copyright strike? Did he get a copyright strike too from Quantum? I think he did. That might be why he's doing this video. I'm not sure. I know he mentioned others getting copyright, but maybe he got the copyright strike. I don't know.
video that I've been working really hard, and once I get it out to the public,
I'm curious
people
now.
are gonna see your true colors.
Dude, you gotta follow just only because I want to see what
I
this
should-
video
what I should
entails.
really say is, you'll really see your true saturation.
I genuinely don't give a shit about that. But again, coming here and just still harassing me all these months later on some shit that I literally can't control. I can't snap my fingers and make YouTube pull his demonetization or his monetization no more than I could help get it restored. It's something that he had to wait out. He waited it out and he got a shit bag. Leave me out of it. I don't care one way or another. I've said that now in this video multiple times.
Bruh, okay, you care, Quantum. Let's not play around on this subject.
Dude, he has a point. At this time, like, this battle shifted. This battle shifted from Quantum the minute YouTube made the verdict that they did. Like, that really, like, He only had a very small part in it, and all that did was just spark a flame that probably didn't even need to be sparked in the first place. Like, everybody called somebody a name. The 16-year-old kid, he came at this 16-year-old kid. He shouldn't have done that. Like, that honestly, like, I don't know how old is, if anybody can tell me how old Quantum TV is, like, that would be really nice. Because
Team deathmatch.
if I'm listening to a 16-year-old kid tell me that my takes are dumb, like, at the end of the day, I'm thinking to myself, well, I'm an adult. If he thinks my takes are so dumb, explain why. And I think he did. I've looked and can't find Jack on him. That's crazy. Well, I mean, before, like, people were saying he was deleting all the shit that he ever did. Like, he deleted past videos. He created, like, other channels to ban evade all the tweets that he made that he's deleted, like, from a long time ago. Like, I don't know.
Allied UAV overhead.
Like, he paid off some major people. Apparently, like, Quantum TV has, like, no, like, he's struggling financially. Like, apparently, I don't know. I would love to know, but for me, like, I can't get with anybody that gets mad at a 16-year-old fucking kid for making a take. Which, let's be real, like, I've played enough Elden Ring to know that Quantum was just plain fucking wrong about what he said. Now, the other opinions about, like, how the game was too hard, that's his and his alone to have. Like, he's allowed to say shit like that. But when you start, when you don't have anything to back up any of the claims that you're making in a review, like, man, like, you gotta eat that one. You just need to, he needed to eat that one. I think it's just the way, I honestly think it's just the way that we come at each other, and it just sparks this shit. Like, the internet has created a space where there's just no consequence, IRL, to where you can just say whatever the fuck you want to say to somebody, and there's just none. Like, how many times have people heard that? And it just shows more and more and more every time. Like, people get into these, like, they get into, like, these pointless wars online. Like, they will seriously type their fucking lives away for some shit that doesn't even fucking matter. Like, in all actuality, the guy got shit wrong in the review. The kid called him out on it. Now, the way that he called him out on it probably wasn't the greatest way in the fucking world. But I mean, at the end of the day, who really? It's the chicken or the egg at the end of the day. And I watched both of Quantum TV's reviews. Like, I've watched both of his reviews. And let me tell you, like, both of them. I mean, both of them. Like, he did start that, and it's just hard. I don't know. It's hard to be the bigger person when somebody starts talking about a community. Like, and I've been playing Souls for a long time now. I can tell you right now, like, yeah, there's going to be some toxic people in any community that you show. Like, I'm not saying that there's not going to be, like, some people that's just, like, get good if you, like, I have people come into my chat telling me, like, hey, you should try not dying sometime. Like, yeah, that's kind of the point of the game, right? Like, you can feel whatever you feel about it, but calling somebody out of their name and telling them to commit self-harm is just plain wrong. Like, that's 100% wrong on Quantum's part. And like, he could have easily avoided. He could have avoided all of this with a simple conversation. That's all I'm saying.
You care. You can just continue to. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. The video because you do care.
Allied
Okay?
UAV
I
overhead.
don't know how many times I have to say this. Now in another deleted video, he just
Enemy at the
recently
office.
deleted yet again. I swear to God, he is such a He made another video addressing review
Setting
text
charge.
USA.
Dude, Review Tech, Rich from Review Tech really cares. Like, this dude streams about this dude, like, constantly. Like, if it's not about Quantum, then it's about Jeremy at quartering. Like, it is nuts. Like, it's fucking hilarious, honestly. But at the end of the day, like, these people could do whatever the fuck they want. Like, we can't just look at one side, though, man. I'm gonna call a spade here. Like, Rich still cares, and Quantum still cares. Let's be honest about it here. If you're gonna make this video, like, let's talk everybody. Let's talk sense.
Let's go ahead and jump into this other video. Part 2, baby!
Okay, so somebody on Discord was nice enough to tell me that this came from Review Tech USA. All of the random hate that I'm getting is actually random. Big surprise, it's the guy that can't let it go, that he got himself in trouble and has a permanent warning on his channel.
Hey, let's get a
Wait, so this is all Rich from Review Tech's people? That's fucking nuts. Like, that changes everything now. That 100% changes everything. Like, Rich is big enough that he shouldn't even give a fuck about Quantum now. Like, Rich could drag his fucking ball sack on whoever he fucking wants to and fucking call it a day if they're like smaller creators than him. Like, he shouldn't even give a fuck about this anymore. Like, you've seen it. And this dude was for real ready to quit just because of what happened at the end. And I see why. Like, I'm not without understanding that. Like, I get it. But man, if you are really trying to fight something, like, that shows me your conviction right there. Like, that tells me right there that maybe y'all don't have as much pull as you think you do. So now at this point, it just makes you look like you're kicking and screaming. But again, Rich it is impossible for Rich to control who's going over to his fucking, to your channel and leaving those comments. Unless he is actually telling them to actually go. I haven't heard him say anything about going over to your channel and harassing you. So on your part, you have to have some evidence in order to prove that he is sending people over. Now, I'll agree that he can't let it go, and I think he should. But at the end of the day, like, man, you got to look at this from his side too. And if you think your community is so perfect, like, it's really not. It's really not all that perfect, dude. And I think you need a reality check.
times the accusations he's made to Review Tech USA. Man, that's going to be a huge counter. Maybe it's at like 2 or 3 right now? Not too sure, but let's continue.
Just like Actman does. Amazing, the people who get themselves in trouble retaliate because they don't agree with the verdict. I mean, who would have saw that coming, right? Now, here's the thing. Review Tech USA kind of is more than annoying because he acts like somebody wants his attention. And I'll just kind of let you say that on camera, and then I'm going to chime in, okay?
Aww, Quantum, do you want some attention, little man? Do you want attention from Daddy Gara? I'll give you attention, baby. I need...
This dude sounds like he's like, God, can I say this? God, I really don't want to say this. But you know what? Fuck it. This dude sounds like he's just like touching himself while watching like the worst porn in the world. That's what he sounds like.
Gun game.
Like, dude.
Get kills with each weapon
Keep
to
going.
win.
I know Review Tech USA ain't giving you the attention that you want right now, but Daddy Gara's here, baby. I'll give you the attention.
He also doesn't like when people talk badly about him. So, YouTube, he's still a liability.
Okay. Now, this is hilarious coming from this guy. Let me just break this down in a couple of sections, okay? I want apparently attention so bad in your mind. I'm like living rent-free in with that dude. Like, if you look at all my videos until this point, like I'm talking about televisions and trying to change my community. We really, you're not even a factor. Okay? I'm a television viewer and you're a drama channel. We really couldn't care less about it. The funniest thing though is...
Okay, that's not true. He's not a drama channel. He could be from time to time. And let's be honest, like, things are kind of slow in the gaming space too. So I mean, when you're doing this shit full time, you gotta have something to talk about. Like, 9 times out of 10, like a lot of content creators, like they leave themselves wide the fuck open to even to that kind of content being created. So in his defense, like, dude, you kind of leave yourself open to even being talked about like that, dude. So.
apparently in your mind, I want your
Shit.
attention so bad, you have to hashtag me in order for me to see you.
It's not to get your attention. There's an algorithm that goes with the hashtags, and you have to put them according to type of thing. Okay, Quantum, you follow him. Me? I know I've got your attention, okay? And just come over here. I'll give you a hug. You're welcome.
This dude makes me feel really uncomfortable. Like like I would not invite him over to a cookout. Let's just say that.
The man? Oh, and
Following us.
that
Pick
he
yourselves
did
up.
tag you and all that stuff. No, actually, and a good friend too. One is recent these, but you take you as get that out of your head. That did.
That's how badly I want your attention. No, you want my attention. That's why you keep linking me to this shit. That's why you keep hashtagging me to this shit.
Enemies
You
on the last
want
weapon.
people to
Step it up.
continuously bombard and harass me because you're upset and you want yourself in trouble. Take accountability, learn from it, and move on. But of course, that's not what you want.
Rejection is real.
Enemies on the last weapon. Step it up.
Right? Now you talk a lot about
We have failed.
liability.
Return to
Let's
base.
talk about the thing you love to say a lot, the adpocalypse. The reason that happened was because controversial figures like Review Tech USA were being attached to reputable brands that did not want anything to do with raunchy, ratchet-ass content. That's the truth. The reality is if I'm promoting a reputable business, I don't want to be seen next to a guy that goes into a mall, okay, and starts calling the quartering a pussy, harassing people.
Okay, that's not true. That at least that's not true for every business. There are some that will accept that raunchy, ratchet shit that he's talking about. Like there are some that just don't give a fuck about the regulations or whatever. There are some that just want wholesome, clean fun. But at the end of the day, like you can't say that for every company.
IRL, like you're literally an in real life menace. Like people are just sitting down in a food.
Okay. Oh shit.
And
Fuck. Is this where I was? I think this is where I was.
for like maybe the past month or two, harassing people too. Like you.
Over 1 million subscribers. Real life. Like this is who you are, just as a person.
Okay, we were at 15.
And harassing people. IRL. And starts calling attached to reputable brands that did not want anything to do with raunchy, ratchet-ass content. That's the truth. The reality is if I'm promoting a reputable business, I don't want to be seen next to a guy that goes into a mall, okay, and starts calling the quartering a pussy and harassing people. IRL, like you're literally an in real life menace. Like people are just sitting down in a food court and you shout, you need attention, and the quartering is a pussy. That is literally this whole content in real life. Like this is who you are, just as a person.
See, your argument here is really bad because you're doing the exact same shit. In fact, this is why people are doing this shit to you, is because you keep doing this shit. Like, you can't sit there and call somebody else ratchet and raunchy, and you're calling people out of their names. And, like, this makes sense. Like, you can say, like, he's a menace all you want to, but at the end of the day, like, I can say that you're both menaced in some way, shape, or form. I don't think it's not like some fucking cartoon where, like, you got the bad guy and you got the good guy. Like, I really don't see a fucking good guy in this situation. I'm just gonna be real about that. Like, I think everybody handles shit stupidly, and I think as long as somebody learned from it, that's all that fucking matters. But to call somebody villainous, like, try to call them out for shit that you're clearly doing, like it makes no fucking sense to do. But it is what it is, man.
Like past this YouTube shit, and you think that I'm the liar? This is the concept that has run rampant on YouTube commentary for years. You are allowed to say, over 1 million subscribers, you do antics like that, and you don't see any consequences. Your real world consequences don't roll over onto your channel.
Quantum, the only person in this situation that's really hot shit is you have done so many
Friendly care package inbound.
and I'm going to throw in the couple of things you have done. That I mean, harassing people to
Enemy personal radar in the air.
Again, you're taking this fight to the wrong person at this point. Like everybody knows, like you don't even need to make a video about this dude. Like everybody has already seen everything that they need to see. Like Actman has done everything that he possibly could. He's gathered, unless you have some new evidence that he hasn't shown. Like it's really pointless. Like, we already know. Like at this time, like you need to take that fight up with the higher ups at this point, the people that run the shit. That's where the fight needs to be.
you want to talk about Tech USA harassing people. I think you go.
And I'll argue this, that if you want to do it, if you want to take it to YouTube, do it better than Actman did. Like, don't fall into the emotional rut of what is it? Trying to do something that somebody else did just to prove a point at the sacrifice of your own channel. Like, do it more professional than that. That's what I would say. Okay, so he did. That's why this guy is so fucking. This is why this guy is so fucking pissed.
Yeah, you keep trying to use that to defame him.
Friendly precision airstrike inbound. Enemy UAV overhead.
Pretty much everybody forgot. Let's talk about liability. You are talking about
Dude, we are all fucking liabilities. Like, and I'm saying that just having been on, like, having been on multiple platforms. Like, man, we are all fucking liabilities. I don't give a fuck who you are. I don't care if you play it straight. I don't care if you fucking break the rules. Like, you are still a fucking liability. Now, how you do things, like, it could make you less of a liability, but that doesn't make you not a fucking liability, dude. Like, at the end of the day, like, they don't make money off of small content creators like us. They're making it off of they're making it off the large content creators as well as ad revenue. Like, God, man, like, where are you getting this shit? Like, to think that you're not a liability either, like, the fact that we're even able to have channels, it's a liability at this point. And I would argue that you become more of a liability the more successful that you. Well, I don't know. I think you would become less of a liability. Like, yeah, you could probably get away with a lot more as a bigger channel. Maybe, depending. But, I mean, hey, you know, just ask the channels that got nuked for no reason.
He's a liability. He's attacking users for absolutely no reason. Oh, we need to get rid of him because that's what's going to happen. Just keep playing this game, Quantum.
And you just keep getting more emboldened and more brazen, and guess what happens? You finally got a consequence. You got your shit removed, and it was just because you crossed a line. And no matter whether you agree with crossing the line or not,
It would have been just if both of you lost it. I would have said that. Like, it's only just to you because it didn't happen. But if it would have happened to you, like, man, like, it's easy to say it about somebody else, but man, when it happens to us, it is absolutely heartbreaking.
crossed a line, okay?
And the question is that just too? Just saying.
Imagine if it's so hard for you to understand if somebody treated your son like this, your child.
Quantum, you're starting to worry me, man. Why do you always keep mentioning Review Tech USA's kids?
Gun game.
You know, that sounds like somebody
Get
else.
kills with each weapon to win.
You know, like Westside Tech. You know, it's starting to worry me, bro. You keep mentioning kids, especially Review Tech USA's kids.
But it doesn't. You don't grow from this. And the thing is, you walk around with this attitude like you're greater than thou, and all of you other bigger YouTubers have this bad habit of pretending like your careers are over. Like you, for example. Oh, I'm quitting. I'm going to go over to my streaming channel. Until this is resolved and I get a formal apology from YouTube, I'm going to go here. It's a lie. Going out of business to go in business. We get it. Actman is pretending that, oh, it's all of my videos and got me demonetized. Meanwhile, YouTube long since told him that it was his fault for literally threatening to dox people from YouTube. Let's put quotations around it. You guys think it's funny, and then you point the finger at everybody else, and then you pretend your careers are over just to come back. It's a game that you guys do a fun get it, but it's played like that. It's like you're sitting here like, you know, oh, and he doesn't like it when people talk bad. No shit, nobody likes it when you harass other people, talking bad about people, trying to humiliate and shame somebody, as if you've never done something that you should be ashamed of. Camera, bro. Like, you people can trace yourselves back to the same
What do you mean, you people? I'm joking. Totally joking.
shit you magically. It's amazing how that works. And the funny thing is, I already gave my reason for what happened. I wasn't even in any kind of obligation to do that. I did that because it's unfortunate. I'm like, damn, that really sucks. I don't want people to think that. But then you took it and then you started a cancel culture campaign to try to target me.
You know, Quantum is right about that. You can back up people's behaviors that they've had online, and like through YouTube, through Twitter, through Facebook, all that type of stuff. It's really not hard to find this stuff. But here's another thing though too, like again with you, that you don't get, Quantum, that you don't fucking get. These people have learned from their lessons and they've moved.
We don't know that. I would say that maybe some have, maybe some haven't. We don't know if everybody has. Normally that comes out in the actions. I agree that it is very easy to have a position one moment and then the next moment, like that could totally change based off of whatever it is that you saw, maybe you experience something within that realm. Like it's not as easy to be able to prove, especially nowadays. Like you can't prove that everybody learns their fucking lesson from shit unless it's through their actions, right? And even in their actions, like they could be showing you one thing and could be doing another thing behind closed doors. So you just never know. Like you can't just say that. I mean, you can, but it's not how it works.
Moved on. They've become a better person than what they are right now. Okay?
Gun game.
It's not that hard.
Get kills with
It's
each
not
weapon
that
to
hard
win.
Come on, dude, really?
And the thing is, you are nobody and nothing to be trying to do that. You got worse shit and the same shit that you say that you care about in your past. Like, you need to stop this, like, greater than thou ideal that you, for all intents and purposes, can come down and deliver God's divine judgment in the form of a YouTube video and strike down anyone that you don't like on the platform. And anywhere else, you're the kind of person that if you bump into somebody on an airplane and you have a problem with him and the stewardess doesn't give you your way, you'll look at the stewardess and say, do you know who I am? I'm Review Tech USA. I'll have your fucking job. Like, you remind me of one of those people. It's just the most...
See, here's the funny thing about that.
You know, I like Rich from Review Tech, by the way. But if he ever sees this video, like, I would say, let it go, man. Let that shit go. Like, I don't think it's even worth it at this point. I think he'll shoot himself in the foot eventually. And I don't think that's our job to do that. I think there's, man, we gotta learn the balance between, we have to learn the balance between actually when it's time for us to do something and when it's not time for us to do something. And I think this is one of those moments where it should have been like, you hang back, you let him hang himself for a second, and then things go on. But when you can't leave well enough alone, like, I think that's when things start to get worse. And it's not even so much for the other person, it's just more so for you. So I would say, like, let it go, man. Keep talking that good shit that you normally do. And fucking, it's just not worth it to even take this fight on anymore.
Does anybody need a refresher? You know, a reminder? Remember when he actually called out mom Quantum TV? Look at me. You see what I mean?
It's amazing how that works. And the funny thing is, I already gave my reason for what happened. I wasn't even in any kind of obligation to do that. I did that because it's and that really sucks. I don't want people to think that. But then you took it and then you started a cancel culture campaign. And the thing is, you are nobody and nothing to be trying to do that when you've got worse shit and the same shit that you say that you care about in your past. Like,
turn up the saturation on your TV. Content is dog shit. Okay, buddy? Nobody cares about your TV. You surround yourself. Never grow. You are a turd in the water. You will never evolve. You will never, ever learn the pain and struggle of what what has to go through in order to stay within the audience's attention. You will never learn that. All
We're
you
losing
are
this
going
fight,
to
get
be
your heads in the game.
sad little TV review, and nobody's going to care about it.
I'd argue that that's not really true. Like, he knows exactly what he's doing, or else we would not be talking about it.
You're only going to care about
stop this
God, this
who
guy's
keeps linking
fucking me
me to
up.
it, which is why you get a response. Because, you know, I'm a nice guy. I tell you, hey, listen, bro. And you know how bad I care about this? I'll put it on. I'm not monetized. Should I make money off of this? Because I'm not a drama channel. I don't care. This does nothing for me. In fact, I'm sure you're going to eat good off of it because you're a parasite. That's what you do. But then again, that plays into what I'm saying. You're the liability. All of you are. All you commentary channels that sit there kicking around and ganging up and like curb stomping as you can in clout with people with similar personalities, creating a digital mob. I mean, like, okay, but don't act like you're some fucking saint community. Like, oh my God, can you guys believe?
Wait, can we argue that this has turned into a drama channel at this point? Like, what channel is this on? Because I know Quantum TV has, what, like a couple of other channels or something? Like, doesn't he have like a couple of other channels? I would argue that he does. So, I mean, whatever channel that is now become a drama channel. I'm sorry to tell you.
For this, look at his Twitter. It's like, bro, like, get the fuck off of that.
Boy, I cannot wait for this video I got on you to come out. I'm gonna kick you.
I can't wait for you to stop talking about this fucking video that you have coming out. Jesus, man, like, for real. Like, shut the fuck up about it, dude.
Off your high horse so hard that the community's gonna feel it. The people that have a bigger subscriber base are gonna see it, and they're gonna poke and laugh at you, and just watch people just rip you apart. It's gonna be a.
For the record, I'm talking my shit right now, but this guy might actually do something. If he does something, like, I'll link his channel below. Like, if he does something and it works, I will gladly take back what I just said like 2 seconds ago.
Spectacular thing, Quantum, okay? I cannot wait for it.
Like, you have no room to sit there talking about tweets that have been hacked on somebody's shit, bruh. And it's like, you know what? I'm not even sitting here justifying anything. I don't care anymore. The same way I don't care that you want to keep here on every video you make calling me a bad person. Just like I don't care that Actman got monetized after YouTube told him he can reapply after July 8th. Like, you guys sit here and cry wolf, play victim, and it ages like spoiled milk, and then you're on to the next fucking target. Like,
I know I'm sounding like a broken record, guys, and I'm really sorry about that. But Quantum TV just doesn't get it. He doesn't get it, and it's going to get to the point where it's going to bite him in the face.
Dude, you are repeating just as much as he is, and I can tell you right now, like, yes, I agree. He will shoot himself in the foot. But man, if you're talking about this video, I don't know what. I'm curious. I'm really curious about how this video is going to go. It could go one of either two ways. It blows him up. It blows him up big time, and he gets everything that he's looking to get out of this situation, or he suffers the same fate that Actman did. I would argue, because you're a smaller channel, I don't know if you would suffer worse, because I don't know if he has like direct contact with people within YouTube or not. But I don't think that would be such a good idea. I think we just let him shoot himself in the fucking butt.
Clever, but he's really not. You know, he's projecting onto people, saying that, oh, you're being victims and you can't. It really just sounds like his elder is being revealed, doesn't it, guys? He's such a joke, I swear to God.
okay, you're very lewd, man, and you sit here on camera like some glorified cam girl, okay, doing the most disgusting stuff, burping, farting, and smacking your lips on the microphone because you think it's fun. You're a slob. You're disgusting, literally. And you do this, and you think that a company that has ads that's a fucking lie.
And yet they still haven't pulled the fucking you know, some people you know, keep talking about Quantum, pretending that you know, because you fucking don't, dude. I know your eyes pretty well. And once I get my
Goodness gracious, man. Like, this has to be the funniest shit I've ever heard in my life. Like, all this for one insignificant person. Like, for real, get a life, man. Like, seriously. Like, honestly, I'd argue that Quantum is even worth it at this point. Like, he's already fucking himself up just by making this video alone. Like, why is it that you all have to come out in such a manner? Like, it just makes him look so much better, man. Like, why? Just shut the fuck up and let him end himself. Let him end his own channel, man. Like, seriously, like, just Let it be. All of y'all let it go. Shit.
Setting a mine.
I'm gonna get it.
Friendly UAV overhead.
And when we say that, like, let's say this. If we're getting into a face-to-face altercation with somebody, right? IRL, would we actually say this shit? Would I come up face-to-face with somebody and say, I'm gonna get your ass? Like, no, dude, this is that fucking internet fucking beef shit, man. Like, let it go.
I paid you
I say this, never say anything that you wouldn't say to anybody on the internet, IRL.
for Google to market my shit, and I found out it was on your videos, I would pull my shit immediately from that. I would go somewhere else like TikTok, where that doesn't happen. And if it does, I can get on you guys.
This dude really said, I'll just take my money from TikTok where no Okay.
Contact.
First off, it does happen on TikTok, and you have no fucking say-so whatsoever, unfortunately. Unfortunately, as that is, like, that statement that Quantum made is so inaccurate.
Okay.
In fact, you're more of a liability on TikTok than you are on YouTube, if I gotta be real. I would argue that.
Jeez. Quantum, you explain this.
Because people like you are scum. You're making the rest of business look bad. That's why you don't have any real fucking sponsors. I mean, fuck. I mean,
No, Rich from Review Tech has some real fucking sponsors. We're not gonna do that. He does have real sponsors. He comes on every time on his videos and he says sponsor the things that the places that sponsor his videos. Like, you cannot be that inaccurate with your statements if you're gonna fight somebody.
leave you. Because at the end of the day, that's what it's all about. And again, you guys all started this and all you're doing this for money. You yourself have admitted on multiple occasions that, oh, Quantum, make videos, more videos. I'm going to make videos about you.
You know, there's a new nickname I'm gonna give Quantum. The Quantum Projection. Projecting people. Like, dude.
Don't
Nobody
shoot me,
likes
you
your
bastard.
Twitter reviews. You're not going to and then you're gonna go
Because you can't.
Shit, he's right. I am a parasite. I'm trying to make money off this shit. Fuck it. Why should I fucking hide that?
Make real unique content, and I almost pity you.
Grenade out.
Right, to be around this long, you have to have had some sort of insight into how YouTube works. But to recognize early on that you're so much of nothing that you have to sit there and boot stomp other people, curb stomp other people, like to make a living, that must be very exhausting and tiring. Because just brushing into you guys and dealing with you, it's sad. It's like,
But telling the Souls community that they have no family whatsoever and they have no lives, like they like Dark Souls or Elden Ring or any other of those fucking titles is any better.
this is your existence every morning. You have to wake up and like, ooh, I harassed you. Fucking God, that's some sort of existence on YouTube. Meanwhile, I can just talk about technology and have a healthy community.
If
Allied
you
cruise
made this
missile
part of the
away.
video, you're probably just laughing at the stages.
Enemy at the shipping area.
Out of his ass as usual. That's all Quantum does. He projects and he
Grenade
drops-
I'm not gonna lie, if I had a funny bone right now, I'd be laughing at both of you because you both are making points, but you both sound ridiculous too. And I probably sound just as ridiculous as you also. I'm not even gonna fucking
Textbook. Well done.
You are skilled. Okay, Quantum, you are skilled like proof. And once you
Must really hurt your pride to be labeled Review Tech USA, and you are not even a fraction of the review channel that I am. Yeah, I don't get the views that you do, but I'm also not sitting here spurring on a digital mob that loves drama.
Projection rhymes with quantum, because quantum loves to project.
and inciting this kind of.
You know what, man? I would say like the greatest evidence that you could ever provide is that if somebody from Quantum's side actually came in and actually harassed you in the comments, I think that will be one of your greatest points that you could ever make, if you could prove that or not. Like, it's very difficult to prove that kind of shit because people can just troll all they fucking want to, man. Like I think in this situation, like a rational mind is needed.
Shit. So I mean, I'm doing good with what I do, and it's funny because it's like I don't get this mindset. You genuinely believe that you have nothing wrong with what you're doing and that you can point fingers at everybody. And again, my last point that I'll say here before wrapping this shit up is, again, you guys want to run around and say, oh, it's a false copyright claim every time you get held accountable for something. Meanwhile, none of you have ever filed copyright on shit, and you run around taking people's videos and...
Okay, you can't prove that either. You can't prove that nobody has ran around filing copyright on anybody. Like, to say that, that's a very, very bold statement.
You think you run your mouth and people are just going to keep taking your shit. Again, one day you are going to pull this shit with somebody with significant financial resources to ruin
Gun
you.
game.
It won't be me, but I guarantee
Kills with each
you,
weapon
one
to
day
win.
you're going to kick the wrong beehive, and that shit is going to backfire like you never imagined.
Yeah, keep talking that smack, Quantum. Keep talking that smack, big toes. We know you do not have the financial, how can I say, the stability to even send people to court. So trust me, I know, and I know another certain person that you even tried to do this to them is gonna be really hilarious, because in court, you're going to be ruined, and you're going to rule the day you even to make a YouTube account. I'm just going to go ahead and stop the video right here. The video is just absolutely...
Okay, I'm over it. I'm totally over it. Yeah, that's nuts. I want to know how many people actually read the TOS. That's what I want to know.
Deep throat.
What? Yes, please. Yes, some of that good old-fashioned apple juice of yours that I took. I did. Because I'm almost out. I don't think that's warranted, man. I appreciate your juice. I mean, appreciate you bringing your juice. I mean, thank you for the drink. I love you too. For the record, I will get better at these fucking reactionaries while playing fucking video games. I'm just trash right now. I will get better at that shit. Oh my goodness. How many people actually read the TOS though? Like, TOS, I'm not gonna lie, just from my standpoint, like that shit is so boring. Like, I would never go through all the TOS. The only time I go through the, like, and I guess like I'll get better at that as time goes on. But the only time I go through that is like when I see another content creator, like maybe somebody that I like, or maybe even if I dislike, I'll go through the TOS and I'll start to read like the list of things that violate the platform's the things that violate the platform's TOS and why people would get kicked in the first place, right? I personally, I don't think it's worth trying to get people kicked. I think that shit just works out for itself. I think we all have a little bit of self-righteous in us. Like enough self-righteousness in us, and like to where we all can sound ridiculous from time to time. Like I'm sure like right now, I sound ridiculous to somebody. I sound self-righteous to somebody. Like I just think it's impossible not to sound self-righteous. I really think that if we learn to get out of ourselves, like we learn to let things work. Sometimes things work themselves out. We got to learn like when things work themselves out and when we actually have to take action. Like, not everything requires our voice or our actions to do anything about it. Like, this situation couldn't have shown me that more. Like, whenever I hear somebody say they're out to take somebody out, I automatically get jaded about that, because I know the harder you try to take somebody out, the less chances you have of taking them out the way that you want to take them out. Like, it just seems like that's the space that we're in right now. We're also in a space where things have been canceled so much that people are probably tired of canceling things. And like, you know, I don't know, man. Like, people need to learn that balance, I think. And, you know, as much as we want to cancel somebody, like, sure, there are people that are genuinely in need of cancellation, but not everybody that so much as sneezes the wrong way, right? Like, even though Actman responded the way that he responded, like, he responded like anybody else would have. That felt like something was wrong, like somebody was threatening his mother. Like, he responded that way. It's just really bad look when you respond that way on social media platforms. Like, you can't respond that way on the social media platform and think everything is going to be okay, because you're only providing evidence against yourself. And which Rich said that himself. Like, we all can agree with that. Like, you made yourself look pretty bad with that. And I think that's when the tide started to turn. People love to see folks suffer and find it more entertaining than seeing success and being happy for someone. And that's true. That's very, 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 very true. It's very easy to want to see somebody's downfall, right? Even though we all fall short. Like, I fall short, like everybody does. Like, it's impossible to be perfect. Like, I don't know what kind of fucking utopia people are looking for nowadays, but it's just never gonna happen. But when we start inciting that kind of shit that, like, that Actman did, I think in this particular story, things begin to turn. Like, the tides begin to turn. Like, Actman ceased to be the victim and in turn made Quantum look like the victim at the end of the day. I don't think that's just something that Quantum just believes. Like, we all know that he seriously believes that, but all that did was just solidify that thought process. Like, we gotta watch how we handle shit like that. Like, the way Actman handled things towards like the middle of the situation is, I don't know if you all have heard of the story. There was a guy that got doxxed, a streamer that got doxxed, and the people that doxxed him actually showed up to his doorstep. And what ended up happening is that he opened the door with a gun and he got the fucking time. So is it even worth being the victim at this point? Like, why can't we take the steps to not being the victims anymore? Because it just seems like the more even if you are the victim, it doesn't do you any good. Like, you just end up becoming the antagonist at the end of the day to somebody somewhere. It doesn't matter who it is. And that's not for every situation. So I'm just saying, like, that being the victim only works so long before it plays against you too, to the point where you start wanting to fight back. Like, and as a victim, you probably don't know how to fight back. And so in that aspect, I would say if you are a victim, I would learn how to fight back. Like, how can I handle this situation better? Like, you can't even talk about court cases that you're going through online without them being used against you as a victim. Like, it's that easy to become the antagonist. And that's how, like victim blaming even comes into play here. That's why victim blaming exists, because of how victims may handle certain things. Like, and if we don't teach victims how to handle shit, like, then we won't get out of it. We won't get out of that space. There are people that need to be canceled, but I don't think everybody needs to be canceled if you so much as breathe wrong. That's what I'm saying. I think this whole situation was taken. I think this whole situation was handled wrong on both parties. I think people, anybody that got on Griffin Gaming for saying that for bringing that rationality is full of shit. Like straight up, you're just full of shit, and you just want to be mad at this. That's what I think. And I've been sucking hardcore ever since I put that fucking video on.
Contact! I'm hit! Allied counter UAV activated.
I don't play anymore because of it. Because of what? This guy's just been hanging out in the fucking barnyard the barn the whole fucking time. That's all he's been doing.
Enemy at the bar.
Oh yeah, and victims often get offended when you start trying to teach them how to fucking defend themselves too. Like seriously, like
Enemy at the church.
get a fucking hit. Like dude, like there's only so much you can be. There's only so much you can only be a victim for so long before people get tired. People will get tired of victims just as much as they get tired of antagonists. Like it works both ways.
EMP's on the way.
Like at some point, everybody has to learn that we all go through shit.
Enemy at the shop.
Enemy care package inbound.
Swapping bags.
Enemy in the riverbed.
Enemy precision airstrike. Get down.
Like when did we get to this fucking point? Like everything is offensive. Dude. Like every single fucking thing that you could possibly say is offensive. Like I get being tacked. Like I understand being tacked, but gosh, man, like what happened to that old saying? What was that old saying? Sticks and stones?
They've reached the halfway point. Get
I'm
moving.
more worried about a motherfucker putting his fist through my chest than I am about what he has to say about me. Like, fuck that, man. Ouch. Had that coming. Shouldn't have ran my happy ass out there. Like everything is offensive. Like we're trying to put restraints on what people can say, and that's impossible too. That is utterly impossible to do that. You can't regulate what everybody says and think that everybody is going to pay for their actions. Like it's impossible. If that's the case, then we all should pay for some shit that we've seen. And I'm sure all of us have said some pretty fucked up shit like that. I'm very positive of that. And anybody that says otherwise, I'm gonna call bullshit on that one. I'm calling bullshit 100%. But that's become like the focal point of everybody's argument. That has nothing to do with the original fight.
EMP's on the way.
That's another thing I would recommend for this dude who's making this video too.
UAV overhead.
Whatever video he was talking over and over about
Enemy
making.
care package inbound.
Is that keep it on the points. Keep it all on the points. Even though they've been expanded now, keep it on the points. Fuck the personality. Show the traits. Show the traits. I don't know why I tried to hop over that wall. Show that person's traits. You're not going to get very, very far at all. If you're looking for other things to talk about, like keep it. If you talk about anything else, I think you're straying away from the argument. Fuck. Oh, they chased him away, man. Damn. I couldn't even see him. Goodness gracious. I'm blind as hell today.
Enemy personal radar overhead.
EMP's on the way.
Allied UAV overhead. Enemy cruise missile.
Oh shit. Wait, where'd the other guy? Did he just disconnect?
We're falling behind. Enemy care package inbound. Enemy UAV overhead. 1 minute
Enemy
remaining.
base.
UAV overhead.
Reloading.
I was gonna try and swap weapons, but fuck it.
Rest your wounds. We return soon.
All right, I'm gonna call it there because I'm hot and I'm fat. So let's see who we can raid right now. Thank you. Yeah, I got 5 and 15. Yeah, I suck. Let's raid somebody. Who do I want to raid? I don't want to call any unwanted attention to myself. That would just be terrible. Indeed, say Books. Thank you for joining me. The F do I want to raid? So many people. Oh shit, I should probably like turn that off, right? I don't know who I want to raid. So I'm gonna just do this at random. And my dumb ass just like straight zoned out. Let's go to a DJ. DJ offside. Show him some love. Drop those follows. I may or may not be back on tomorrow. But y'all be easy. And much love to y'all.